Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here again, and I wanted to make this little video here about um, the future of my channel. I never did it for the subscribers, I never did it for the hundreds of views. I can care shit about that, to be honest. If you like my videos, I'm very happy. If you subscribe, I'm very happy. It's always gonna be free, but going I'm gonna go back to my roots, which is 70s and 80s movies. I started out this channel by doing a lot of 70s and 80s movies like the Friday 13 franchise, but I really never gave them the in-depth look with the facts, pictures, editing, what it deserved. My wonky English. Never forget, I'm not from the United States. I'm not from the UK. Although my biggest audience is from the United States, 92%, 92.5% is from the United States, and almost the rest is from the UK. So I'm guessing my English is good enough to be understood. And I'm actually from Belgium. Chocolate, waffles, Manneke-Pis, Gant. um, but I just can't, for the life of me, watch recent horror movies. And the reason why is being that these movies just reflect on what's made in the 70s and 80s, but in the 70s and 80s they made it better. The soundtrack, the music, the creepiness, the gritty tone, the atmosphere, the tension, the acting was all. The acting is better now, but the wonky acting had its charm back then, and I just can't, for the life of me, get used to seeing recent movies. So if I'm not going with the trend, you've got Sinners, that new movie there. You've got what you got now. You see, I'm not even. I don't even know what kind of movies. Um, 20 years later, I'll probably watch that one because I'm a fan of 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later. But there's certain movies that I'm a fan of, like Hell House LLC Lineage. Although I think it's gonna bomb for me for half of it because it's gonna be conventional filming instead of found footage filming. That movie was specially made for found footage, but like 825 Forest Road, that the director tried conventional filming. I turned it off in 20 minutes. It wasn't for me. Sorry. But I'm going back. I'm going to start with probably Friday 13. I'm also going to do independent slasher and horror and creature features and everything of horror. And, it has to do with horror. We're going to put things in there that hopefully a lot of people don't know. And I hope that people are going to enjoy these little movies. If not, okay. Like I said, it's purely for fun. I like talking about these movies. That's why nowadays I feel like I have to say, okay, now I have to see that movie. Okay, let's see. Okay. Sometimes I have to go to 2 or 3 movies because I just don't like it. That's not what this channel was about. This channel is about fun and talking about horror movies. I'm a vintage guy, and yeah, I think horror of the 70s and 80s will never be recreated in the newer horror movies. I don't believe that can happen. Maybe some, yeah, but like slasher movies, for example, a lot of creature feature movies because they used mechanical things and CGI shit. A lot of CGI shit instead of practical effects. That can cannot be replaced by the great like guys like Tom Savini, Greg Nicotero. I mean, God, guys. I mean, you had George Romero, the King of Zombies, at least the first trilogy. There are a lot of people, Wes Craven, Sean S. Cunningham, John Carpenter. I mean, all these guys, they made great, great horror movies. So I'm going back. Sorry for people that that I'm not going for the trend, but it's like I said, I really wanna enjoy my channel. You know what I mean? I want to enjoy. If I get 0 views, then I get 0 views. That's the way it is. You know. So now a little informative video here. Sorry for if I did was disrespectful, but you probably understand what I mean. So thank you for listening. If you listened, and see you.